The room was full of laughter, clinking glasses, and soft Christmas music. But in the middle of it all, she sat at the table with shaking hands, tears dropping onto the papers in front of her. While everyone else celebrated, she signed her divorce papers in silence. No one noticed the pain behind her forced smile. No one imagined that this broken woman, crying at a Christmas party, carried a secret that would change how everyone saw kindness forever. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories that restore faith in humanity, please subscribe to Kindness Diaries, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep spreading real stories of kindness and hope. The party was hosted by her husband's family, as it had been every Christmas for years. The house was beautiful, decorated with lights, ornaments, and a tall tree glowing in the corner. To outsiders, it looked like a perfect family gathering. Inside, however, her marriage had already ended. Her name was Emily. She wore a simple denim jacket over a plain white shirt, nothing fancy, nothing attention-grabbing. She had always dressed that way, even after marrying into a wealthy family. Emily believed comfort mattered more than appearances, and she never wanted to stand out. Her husband, Mark, sat beside her in a tailored suit, calm and confident. He had already made up his mind weeks ago. He wanted the divorce signed before the new year, before business trips and fresh starts. Christmas, to him, was just a convenient deadline. Mark's relatives surrounded them, smiling and chatting, pretending not to notice what was happening at the table. Some of them believed Emily had failed as a wife. Others thought she married Mark for his money. No one asked how she felt. No one offered comfort. As Emily picked up the pen, her hand trembled. Memories flooded her mind. The early days of love, shared dreams, late-night talks, and quiet laughter. She had given her heart fully, never expecting it would end this way, in public, surrounded by people who judged her silently. A tear slipped down her cheek and landed on the paper. She quickly wiped it away, embarrassed. She didn't want pity. She just wanted the pain to stop. What no one knew was that Emily wasn't losing everything that night. In fact, she had already walked away from something far bigger for the sake of love. Emily was the only daughter of a billionaire businessman. Her father owned companies across the country, his name often mentioned in news articles and business magazines. She grew up with private planes, luxury homes, and a future already mapped out in gold. But Emily had chosen a different life. When she met Mark years ago, she never told him the truth about her family. She wanted to be loved for who she was, not for her last name or her inheritance. So she lived simply, worked a regular job, and let everyone believe she came from nothing special. Her father had warned her. He told her love should never require hiding the truth. But Emily believed kindness meant meeting people on equal ground. She believed humility mattered more than wealth. When Mark proposed, she said yes with a full heart. She didn't sign a prenuptial agreement because she had nothing to protect. At least, that's what everyone thought. The marriage slowly changed. Mark became distant. Success made him impatient. Small misunderstandings turned into cold arguments. Emily tried to fix things with patience, with listening, with quiet kindness. But love can't survive when only one person is trying. And now, here she was, signing away her marriage at a Christmas party. As she placed the pen down, Mark let out a small breath of relief. The papers were done. He stood up, thanked everyone for coming, and went to greet another guest as if nothing life-changing had just happened. Emily sat there, alone. That's when Mark's mother noticed her tears. She walked over slowly and placed a gentle hand on Emily's shoulder. For the first time that night, someone showed her kindness. "I'm sorry it ended this way," she said softly. Emily looked up and smiled through her tears. "Thank you," she whispered. The rest of the evening passed in a blur. Emily said quiet goodbyes, picked up her coat, and walked out into the cold winter night. Snowflakes fell gently, landing on her hair and jacket. She took a deep breath and felt something unexpected, relief. The next morning, Mark received a phone call that stunned him. His lawyer sounded nervous. The divorce papers he had rushed Emily to sign meant something very different than he imagined. Emily had signed them without claiming anything. No house. No money. No support. She walked away with kindness, not bitterness, but attached to the documents was a letter. In it, Emily explained the truth. She was the daughter of a billionaire. She had hidden her identity out of love. She thanked Mark for the good memories, wished him peace, and told him she hoped he would one day understand that kindness was worth more than power. Mark was silent for a long time after reading it. News spread quickly through the family. Shock turned into regret. They realized how wrongly they had judged her. The woman they looked down on had more wealth, strength, and grace than any of them. Emily returned to her quiet life, not to seek revenge, but to heal. She reconnected with her father, who welcomed her home without judgment. Yet she chose not to live in luxury. Instead, she started a foundation that helped women start over after painful divorces. Her kindness became her legacy. Years later, Mark would admit that losing Emily was the greatest mistake of his life. Not because of her wealth, but because of her heart. And that is the true lesson of this story. You never know what someone is carrying inside. You never know their past, their pain, or their strength. Kindness costs nothing, but it can change everything. So the next time you see someone hurting quietly, choose compassion. Choose kindness. It may be the greatest gift you ever give or receive.